Antonio, Texas. Spurs trying to wrap it up, trying to become the first Western Conference team to win a series. All the rest of them going to a fifth and final game over the weekend. And the Portland Trail Blazers hoping to become one of those teams going to a fifth and final game. Mark Bryant against David Robinson. We're underway. Avery Johnson will bring it down for the Spurs, and it'll be picked up by Rod Strickland.
Pete, one thing you look for early with San Antonio is how well they move the ball around. As I mentioned, they're not a real good shooting team. I think the key for them is to make sure they kick it into David. He's going to have to throw it out because the double teams will be coming, and they have to knock down some outside shots.
And one thing to look for from Portland early in the game, they might go right at David Robinson, trying to get him in some early foul trouble.
You know, the real problem there is Mark Bryant does not figure heavily in their offensive scheme. They would like to get David into some foul trouble, maybe get some help from the weak side.
And Portland on the board first, Terry Porter, who has been averaging 18 points a game in these playoffs, getting them going. Sean Elliott looking inside to Robinson.
Now there's the double team, and that's the movement of the ball that they must get.
And the first two San Antonio Spurs shots have misfired. John Lucas, remember we told you, a little bit concerned about how his young team is going to respond to the pressure of having a 2-1 lead. And believe me, the San Antonio people, the coach and a lot of the players have made a big point about how much they do not want to go back to Portland.
They simply do not want to go back out there. They don't want to give them a chance to take it to 5.
Mark Bryant had his shot altered by Robinson. Clyde Drexler gets it back 3 times. The Portland Trail Blazers misfire, make it 4, but the 5th time's a charm, as Clyde Drexler is on the board.
Another reason why rebounding is such a key in this game. You saw the board work by the Blazers that time, and I think San Antonio's just going to have to put some bodies on people and keep them out of there.
Ellis left uncovered will nail the open jumper, and he has his first 2. It's a 4-2 Portland lead. Ellis guarding Clyde Drexler. Remember, Drexler with that left hamstring, probably only about 75–80%. Sat out game 1 in the series. Rod Strickland, they don't mind him taking that shot, even though he made it. A lot of the practice this morning at San Antonio said if Strickland gets the jump shot, give it to him.
And you'll see the same thing when the Blazers are on the defensive end of the floor. Strickland will be the guy to double team. They'll leave Avery Johnson to try to force him to shoot.
Blazers up by 4. Dale Ellis draws the first foul of the night as Clyde Drexler is called for it.
You know, you look at the Portland team. They usually have started Cliff Robinson. Excuse me. They have started Jerome Kersey at the small forward spot normally. What Rick Adelman has done, he is going with the 3 guards in the starting lineup. That puts Clyde Drexler down on the low post guarding the taller player, and they will try to take advantage of Clyde down there, especially because he is not 100%.
And one of the reasons Rick Adelman's sticking with that lineup is he just couldn't afford to take Strickland and Porter out of the lineup, either one of them, because they played so well in Drexler's absence.
They have been playing so well.
Ellis makes 1 of 2. Drexler pulls down the rebound. His 3rd rebound already in this first quarter. Porter kicking it off to Buck Williams, and Williams going to be called for an offensive foul. His first.
Well, Portland knows they have to find a way to get some quick shots. They know they have to push it down every time they get a rebound because of their lack of outside shooting at times.
As this series has gone along, both teams have shot the ball better. Terrible shooting from each side in game 1. It's gotten better in each game, but not so far for San Antonio in this one. 6-3 Blazers still. Strickland, there's the penetration into the paint. They don't want him doing that. Avery Johnson pulls away the rebound. San Antonio worked on trying to keep Strickland out of the paint all morning.
And the other thing that San Antonio will do is David Robinson knocks down the shot from the outside. One thing San Antonio will do, they're getting good minutes from Willie Anderson right now. They'll bring him at the point guard spot to force Strickland to have to look over him.
It's 6-5, Portland by 1. Strickland again taking the outside jumper. Battle for the rebound. It's off in the corner. Buck Williams saves it into Mark Bryant. And Bryant will take the foul line extended jumper. David Robinson the rebound. Spurs can grab their first lead. Portland just 3 of 9 shooting the ball. Sean Elliott draws the foul. He'll get to the free throw line with a chance to put the Spurs on top for the first time.
Well, you see the mismatch problems with Portland going with the 3-guard offense. Sean Elliott should be able to take Porter if they continue that way. As I mentioned, Dell Ellis will take Drexler down to the low post, try to post him up. And that's the problem the 3-guard offense causes.
Foul was on Terry Porter. At the line, Sean Elliott. 80% from the free throw line during the regular season. Hasn't missed one yet in this playoff series until now. Big game 3 for Sean Elliott. A big game 1 for Sean Elliott, too. He didn't score that much in the first half of game 1, but in the second half, he was the only guy hitting from outside. And that changed the way Portland played defense. It opened up the inside for David Robinson and allowed San Antonio to come back.
Yeah, he also made the 2 big free throws down the stretch that put him up.
Strickland in the air. That patented dish while in the air off to Buck Williams, who comes up short. Mark Bryant the rebound and the putback. And the 5-year veteran out of Seton Hall on the board, his first 2. 5 offensive rebounds for the Portland Trailblazers already in this game.
Well, the concern John Lucas had coming into this game was that statistic right there. He knew he could not continue to give up second and third shots to this team. His first phase defense has been really good. He's been forcing them to miss. They have given up some second shots.
Mark Bryant's first trip to the free throw line in this series. He was fouled by David Robinson. A chance for a 3-point play here, with Portland leading at 8-6, 8:13 remaining in the opening quarter. And Bryant converts the 3-point play. 4 different Blazers have scored now. Bryant with 3, Strickland 2, Drexler 2, Porter 2. It's 9-6.
The double teams have been very good on David Robinson. He hasn't had a shot yet.
Now they double up Sean Elliott and they swing it around to Ellis. Down low, David. He'll take the jumper over the double team. And he was fouled there by Rod Strickland. That's his first.
Let me change that. That is David's second shot attempt. Of course, he made one basket.
And David Robinson will go to the free throw line. You see the numbers he's posted. The points down a little bit. The rebounds up. The field goal percentage down a little bit from the regular season.
Field goal percentage way down for David. The thing is, he has been getting good play from people around him, so that 38% from the field, not as big a problem and not as talked about as it would have been had they been down 2-1 in this series.
San Antonio now just 3 of 6 from the free throw line this opening quarter. It's 9-7. Blazers up by 2, 7:44 to go. Drexler over Ellis. Robinson the rebound. Antoine Carr with Bryant on him now. Carr backing in the turnaround jumper over Bryant. The rebound pulled away by Buck Williams. Almost stolen by David Robinson.
That's the quickness. That's the 2-guard offense. That was 3-guard offense.
Great block there by Antoine Carr. Down to Sean Elliott. 3 on 1. And the Admiral finishes it for the Spurs. We are tied at 9. 5 points for David Robinson. Just over 7 minutes remaining in the quarter.
You talk about the 3-guard offense and the problems it causes Portland. The one asset that it gives them is a bunch of quickness in that starting lineup.
Bryant the jumper over Carr, and Mark Bryant has hit for 5 points. He's only been averaging 6 a game in this playoff series. He averaged 6 a game during the regular season. A 2-point Portland lead.
Antoine Carr has struggled just for that reason right there. He has spent most of the time here in foul trouble. He is having a hard time figuring out how the officials are going to call it against him. J.R. Reed coming off arguably his best game as a San Antonio Spur in the last game out. You'll see him right here working the offensive boards. One reason he's been effective here in the playoffs is this one right here. He has been able to get to the offensive boards. He's been able to get the dirty baskets, just working hard, picking up the loose balls, making sure that he just contributes. And that, I think, more than anything else, is what John Lucas has tried to get out of him.
And one thing that John Lucas confirmed for us today, he doesn't coach the way a lot of the other NBA coaches do, where they use a regular 8-man rotation for most of the big games. He is sort of a situational substituter as a coach. He looks for rebounding. He puts in a J.R. Reed. It might be your turn one day. It might be somebody else's turn the next. He said, you just stay ready. You're all going to get plenty of playing time.
Well, one phrase he has used all throughout the playoffs is making the proper adjustments from game to game and then within a ball game. And I think it has shown in a couple games that they have come back to win after being behind in the last period. He has made some really nice adjustments.
And it hasn't been the same five on the court in that comeback in the fourth quarter like it so often is for teams when they come back.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. He took Dale Ellis. He took Avery Johnson. He took Antoine Carr out of game 3 and let some of those other guys play. They were very effective.
Kersey misses the dunk. David Robinson, the rebound, is fourth. 18-17, Spurs on top. And
nice.
Joe Wolf in there now to try to stop
nice.
But nobody could stop Sean Elliott. He has 5. The Spurs lead by 3.
Well, real good example right there of Clyde Drexler that is nowhere near 100%. Just how easily Sean Elliott got around him on the baseline just tells you, number one, Sean Elliott can make some real nice moves, and it's tough, but it also says to me that Clyde Drexler not there yet.
And the three-point play completed by Sean Elliott. 21-17. San Antonio now 9 of 13 from the line. They've scored 7 straight points. Jerome Kersey over Sean Elliott. Another rebound pulled away by David Robinson, his 5th. One of the reasons Wolf is in there, he did a good job on David Robinson late in the regular season, but right now San Antonio cooking.
I really like Willie Anderson at the point guard spot. He's healthy. He is playing with confidence, running the fast break that time.
And Portland taking a 22nd timeout here. A 9-0 San Antonio run in the last minute and 48 seconds has given the Spurs a 6-point lead here in game 4.
Now, the thing Willie Anderson gives him at 6'8", he can see the floor very well. He can see over defenses. And the thing that I'm really impressed with is the fact that he has handled the ball in traffic against a pretty good defensive player in Rod Strickland.
And we'll take another look at Willie Anderson at the point guard position.
Now watch right here. He gets down close enough to where the defense has to come out and play him. They have to respect his shooting ability from there. Finds Dale Ellis. That's the right decision, and Dale knocks it down.
And Willie Anderson getting his confidence back. He had injuries to both shins, which kept him on the sidelines for a good part of the season. And it was one of those situations where getting the mental toughness back was probably as tough as anything for Willie Anderson.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a hard time convincing yourself to go out there and play as hard as you did before. You're afraid you might injure yourself again.
I think you're right.
Well, let's see if the Blazers can adjust here. Down by 6 with 1:40 to go first quarter. Clyde Drexler playing on one good leg. He landed on the one good leg after that jump attempt. Joe Wolf puts in the putback. His first 2 of the night. 23-19. Drexler just 1 of 5 from the field in this opening quarter.
You know, Joe Wolf hasn't played a lot over the course of the season, but for some reason
he plays David Robinson well.
He plays David Robinson very well, so he gets a lot of minutes, and there's a nice defensive play.
The block by Wolf. Loose ball picked up by Jerome Kersey. And Kersey's going to take it all the way in.
Nice.
Jerome Kersey's first 2 of the night. Back to a 2-point lead for San Antonio now, 23-21. JR trying to answer quickly. Other side. Kersey the rebound. And with 1 minute to go, Portland can tie it up here. Drexler gets around Dale Ellis before the shot. The basket won't count. As before the shot, Dale Ellis got him. That's Ellis's first.
You think you're talking about a guy playing through his injuries in a mental perspective. I think Clyde Drexler is one that is trying to do that right now. That's the first time in this game I've seen him make the aggressive move to the basket. One of those moves like, I don't care if I get hurt, I've got to make it.
Rod Strickland not even close. But Jerome Kersey there for the putback. Kersey, who had a big game 1, has 4 points. And we are tied at 23. All of a sudden, Portland's run off 6 straight points.
No secret about that. This series has definitely been one of streaks.
Now let's see how Robinson operates against Wolf here. Wolf hurt his hand. His left hand is hurting. And Dale Ellis drills home the 3-pointer. It's a 3-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs. Ellis has hit for 8 in this opening quarter.
The all-time NBA three-pointers made leader is Dale Ellis.
Now about a 1-second differential. Strickland's going to try to come back with a 3 of his own. Not even close. Robinson rebounds all the way down to Willie Anderson for 2 more. And a quick flurry here by the San Antonio Spurs at the end of quarter number 1. San Antonio started a little slowly in the first quarter, but a couple of flurries at the end of quarter number 1. They have a 5-point lead.
Del Ellis shooting the ball very well. Of course, David Robinson is going to draw a lot of attention when he catches it down low. Watch Clyde Drexler come in. As soon as he does that, that leaves Del Ellis outside. The rotation on the weak side was not there. You probably want Strickland going out there instead of Duckworth, nowhere near quick enough, and Del Ellis knocks down the 3.
And Rick Adelman's going to try yet another combination out there. Terry Porter, Mario Elie checking in for the first time, along with Wolf and Duckworth. And Jerome Kersey. Anderson, Elliott, Reed, David Robinson, and Dale Ellis out there for San Antonio. Same 5 to finish quarter number 1. Quarter number 2 begins. Spurs leading it by 5. San Antonio trying to wrap up the series tonight. Portland trying to send it to game 5 on Sunday back home.
You know, one thing we thought would happen in this game is that Portland would go right at David Robinson to try to get him in foul trouble. That's really the first time they have gone at David.
Sean Elliott. And the San Antonio Spurs open up quarter number 2 just as hot as they were at the end of quarter number 1. Robinson now with 6 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 block. Sean Elliott scoring his 8th point. And we're going to get a whistle underneath.
Offensive foul on Duckworth. They're going to say he pushed the defense into Mario Elie as he made the move to the basket.
It's Kevin Duckworth's first. And the Spurs with a 7-point lead get the ball back. Ellis gives it back to Willie Anderson.
Portland 37% in that first period.
Remember the whole story of the San Antonio season as you watched Willie Anderson bring that ball down the court. Duckworth called for his second. The whole story of the San Antonio season, remember, it started with Jerry Tarkanian as the head coach, and he complained and complained and complained about the lack of a point guard.
Yeah.
And then when John Lucas came in, he said, we've got one here that'll work, Avery Johnson. And now we get to playoff time, Willie Anderson getting an audition.
I like the way he has brought Willie Anderson along this season.
Robinson losing the ball on the way up. Good defense there by Jerome Kersey.
Building Willie up slowly, allowing him to get his confidence in just slow, low-pressure situations. Dale Ellis with a nice move to the hole.
He's got his confidence right now. 10 points for Dale Ellis, a 9-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs. Their second 9-point run of the game.
Well, look at the Portland offense, just all out of whack right now. It will get a foul under the basket. But Portland just simply offensively does not seem to have anything going their way. They're struggling every time down. Watch Dale Ellis take it to the hole, not one that puts the ball on the floor and creates a lot. Normally you see him spot up for the jump shots.
J.R. Reed called for his second personal. Opening minutes of quarter number 2. San Antonio up by 9.
Now that's Willie Anderson. That's the thing about having him on the floor at the point guard spot.
Portland still hasn't scored a point in the second quarter. Mario Elie the rebound. Elie got in the paint, nowhere to go with it. And Portland really out of whack offensively.
Yeah.
They're just out of sync right now.
Well, I think one thing that has caused them a real problem is the conversion defensively by San Antonio. They have not been able to get anything easy as Portland.
And the Spurs call a timeout here. 10:15 remaining in the first half. A 9-point San Antonio lead.
The San Antonio Spurs, everything they're doing right now, everything they want to do working for them. Cliff Robinson is going to come over knowing that he has no chance at blocking that shot, but he's very frustrated. Picks up foul number 3. David Robinson likes it. And you see the reaction there. They are playing well. You know, when John Lucas first took over this team, San Antonio was playing a whole lot like what they're playing now. Up and down the floor, out guarding people, out hustling people, and they won. He said, though, that wasn't the real San Antonio team. They were playing on emotion. He worked some new people into the mix after the All-Star break. They had nowhere near the success that they had early. But he said, I'm getting them ready for the playoffs. And I think that is showing right now as he's getting real good minutes out of Willie Anderson and Terry Cummings. Took some losses for that, but they're playing well now.
A 13-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs. 3:22 to go in quarter number 2. San Antonio up 2-1 in the series. Trying to clinch it here at home tonight. Mark Bryant. He and Jerome Kersey remain the only 2 bright offensive spots. Bryant now with 11 points for Portland. But it's still an 11-point San Antonio lead. And we're going to get a foul call underneath. Away from the ball. Mark Bryant called for it, his second. And that's the 5th team foul, so it will be a shooting foul.
And Bryant going right at David Robinson. Robinson doing the right thing, just walking right away from him. Not going to get drawn into that.
The one thing David Robinson not doing too good a job at tonight is shooting his free throws. He is only 2 of 4. .13 points tonight for David Robinson. Coming up at halftime, our Reebok halftime report, Ernie Johnson, in our studios in Atlanta. Chuck Person of the Timberwolves back for a second night. And they'll talk with Lakers head coach Randy Fund. Also a recap of the Cavs-Nets matchup. And if you didn't see that one, an explosive second half for the New Jersey Nets. So stick around for the Reebok halftime report. 52-39 our score here.
Well, Pete, we were watching that game. It was 59-55, a 4-point game. We turned our head for about 3 minutes, and it was up to 20.
Up to 20, just like that. That goes to a 5th game. Mark Bryant, 2 more. Mark Bryant, 13 points. That's
he
a
is talking to David Robinson as they come back down the floor. They'll watch this. Look for the quick whistle.
It comes into Antoine Carr. Bryant and Robinson going at it again underneath. Loose ball picked up by Dale Ellis. 2:24 to go.
Pete, I tell you, they better get control of David Robinson, Mark Bryant right here. It's getting hot down there. A lot of talking, a lot of pushing.
Antoine Carr, Avery Johnson from the corner. Avery Johnson has hit for 4 points.
Well, that's the shot they want him taking. But in a game like this, when everything is flowing, you can just expect that shot to go.
A 13-point lead for San Antonio. Under 2 minutes to go now in the half.
And a double foul now on David Robinson and Duckworth. So they're working at David Robinson right now. They're trying their best to get him frustrated, and it pays off with a foul there, but it was going down on the other end of the floor. I thought Portland did a good thing of getting Bryant off of David for that exchange, and I think Luke will make the move also. He just cannot afford to lose David Robinson. I mean, that can't happen here.
It's Duckworth's 3rd foul. It's David Robinson's 2nd.
And with 1:50 left, no reason for Luke to leave him on the floor.
Clyde Drexler finally gets one of those jumpers to fall. Only his 2nd field goal of the night, his 5th point. He's 2 of 8 from the field. 54-43. Larry Smith getting ready to check in. Probably for David Robinson.
Yeah, I would say.
That's to try to make sure that he stays in the game. There's Bryant leaning on Robinson again. He gets rid of it to Antoine Carr. Nobody on him, and he hits the open jumper.
Now that double
hit for 8 points.
Yeah, that double team is coming. David Robinson doing a real good job of reading the floor.
That's his 6th assist tonight.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of finding the open people.
56-43. San Antonio by 13. Just over a minute left in the first half. Terry Porter, just his 2nd field goal of the night. He's only 2 of 6. 56-45. See, Ellis not having much trouble tonight getting around Clyde Drexler. Clyde just not as mobile with that hamstring.
No, Sean Elliott did it when he was matched up against Clyde.
That's a 12-point night so far for Ellis. Strickland, nope. Rebound pulled away by David Robinson. That's his 10th rebound. Back to Drexler. Blocked by Robinson. I think they're going to get a foul call, though.
Antoine Carr was there also. We'll see which way this one goes. Big call here. If it's against David Robinson, I think it is.
Nope, it's against Antoine.
Antoine.
It's Carr's 3rd.
You'll see Clyde Drexler pick this one off. He makes up his mind right there that he's going to the basket.
So back to the free throw line, Clyde Drexler. Drexler averaging 20 points a game. Missed more games this year than he had in his entire NBA career due to injury. Normally a very durable player, but all sorts of problems this year, including a very aggravating hamstring that nagged him twice. He injured it, then he re-injured it.
Now that's been the problem down the stretch here. He missed 11 of his last 12 because of that. And the one game he came back was against this San Antonio team. Played just 7 minutes in that ball game, and it's just really hurting. Decided not to push it.
A little bit of frustration for Antoine Carr. Thought he got pushed out of bounds, and that San Antonio should still have the ball, and I think his coach agrees. In fact, I know he does now.
Yeah. You know, Luke, as you see him right there, he said he's really had to calm his emotions just a little bit.
He said he was wearing his team out.
He was wearing them out. He said as he got more and more emotional, more and more involved and more aggressive, the team did, and it got to a point that they were too aggressive.
Yep.
So he had to back off some.
We've got 29.5 seconds left in the half. About 21 seconds now on the shot clock. 58-46, a 12-point San Antonio lead. Portland's going to play for a shot here, giving San Antonio only about 5 seconds left at the end of the half. And Drexler's going to take it, 3 if it goes. Wouldn't go. Rebound, Antoine Carr off to Avery Johnson. Spurs on the run, trying to beat the clock.
Plenty of time, plenty of time.
David Robinson, the trailer.
Nice pass, nice pass,
and
nice pass.
Drills the three to beat the buzzer and send the San Antonio Spurs into the locker room with very confident looks on their faces. 61-46. David Robinson, a huge first half. He had 7 assists, 10 rebounds, and 14 points. Portland has to do something. They're on the brink of elimination if they don't. This is a team that went to the NBA Finals last year. You can be sure they're not panicking over their situation. But they need to get something going fairly early here because you're playing in the other guy's building. And once you get the confidence going in the second half, if San Antonio does, they're going to be awfully hard to catch.
Well, when you talk about shooting 37% for half, it tells you right quick that you have to get something, get some higher percentage shots. You have to get some easy baskets. And of course, the way to do that, number one, is picking up the pressure defensively. You can't continue to give up 60%. Then you got to get out on the break.
You have to get some easy baskets, and you have to make those easy baskets. Portland missed 11 layups in the first half.
They have missed 11 high percentage shots. And the way San Antonio is playing defensively, you have to make those.
So right away, an illegal D called on the San Antonio Spurs. Their second. That's a technical foul. It is Rod Strickland, Mark Bryant, Buck Williams, Clyde Drexler, and at the line now, Terry Porter for the Portland Trailblazers. Ellis, Robinson, Carr, Johnson, and Elliott for San Antonio. Terry Porter didn't do much in the first half. 2 of 6 from the field. This is his first trip to the free throw line.
Well, you mentioned some of the names for Portland that has struggled here in this first half.
He didn't even have an assist yet, Terry Porter.
Didn't have an assist. Yeah, it's very surprising when you speak of Terry Portland, you speak of Clyde Drexler, you speak of Cliff Robinson. Those guys just simply have not been a factor. They are the ones that have to carry this team here in the second half as they try to get back into this game.
61-47, San Antonio by 14 in the paint. Rod Strickland. In the paint, David Robinson.
He is just having his way right now. Give little Avery Johnson a little credit there. He forced Strickland to fumble that one around just enough to give David Robinson an opportunity to get over there to help him out.
Mark Bryant, the jumper over David Robinson. Another rebound. Here's the 11th.
Yeah, I think he'll give Bryant that shot all night.
Although Mark did hit a few of those.
Yeah, he's capable, but still it takes him away from the basket, takes out all opportunities for the offensive rebound when he is shooting it from 18 feet out.
And remember, both coaches saying whoever wins the rebounding battle is going to win this series. And right now, San Antonio is doing that. And right now, San Antonio is winning this series. No whistle as both Strickland and Carr go down. And Portland a chance to cut that lead down to 12 now. Terry Porter, can he get it going second half?
Shot.
Rebound number 12, David Robinson. Avery Johnson and Drexler collide, no call.
Well, people just flying around everywhere.
Dale Ellis, nope. Rebound pulled away, Rod Strickland. Neither team has hit a field goal yet in this third quarter. Strickland finds Bryant's going to try it again. This time he hits it. Mark Bryant has 15 points tonight. His season high during the regular season was 19. His career high in the NBA, 20. So he's not normally a guy who gives you a lot of scoring, but for Portland, thank goodness he is, or else they'd be out of this game.
I'll see he and David Robinson spent a lot of time in that first half talking to each other. A lot of guys respond the way Bryant has responded in this game, trying to put it to work on the floor, let the ball and your action do the speaking for you.
Antoine Carr over Buck Williams short.
You just have to give Antoine that shot, the kind of game he's having.
Kept alive by Portland and pulled away by Terry Porter. Porter on the run. David Robinson almost runs right over him. And David Robinson's going to be called for the personal, his third. 61-49, a 12-point Spurs lead. San Antonio doing a good job of their game plan tonight. They wanted to keep Rod Strickland from penetrating into the paint where he likes to operate. And they've kept him out of there most of the night.
Well, you just think back to the shoot-around this morning, and as we think about the things that they worked on. Number one, they worked on handling Rod Strickland. He hasn't been able to penetrate to do the things he wants to do. The other thing that they spent a lot of time working on is David Robinson handling the double team. They ran people at him and said, we have to move the ball around. We have to get good shots. And I think those have been the two things that worked very well for San Antonio.
The other thing they worked on was keeping the ball out of Terry Porter's hands, denying him the ball, and they've done a good job of that tonight. Drexler recovers, fires long range, and misses.
You see that possession right there for Portland tells you a lot. They get the shot inside, and they miss that one. They end up taking a much lower percentage shot from behind the three-point line, and they miss that one. San Antonio's going the other way.
San Antonio's taking a 20-second timeout here with 9:34 to go.
I think for San Antonio, if you're looking, for Portland, if you're looking for a ray of hope in all this, you have to be talking to your guys about how you can come back. Well, every game has been won through the comeback effort by the team that has won the game.
And right now, San Antonio playing a little sloppily here in the third quarter. They'll turn the ball over once again to Portland. Mark Bryant has had the hot hand this time. Rebound, offensive. Buck Williams lost it, though. And now it's gotten back by Rod Strickland. Loose ball foul is going to be called. The call is going to go against Portland. Clyde Drexler is going to be called for it. It's his second.
Well, I know John Lucas, he called the 22nd timeout. He has to be a little bit frustrated as his team came out, turned the ball over, although it didn't hurt him as they were able to force the turnover on the other end.
Antoine Carr. Nope. The rebound, Buck Williams. And Mark Bryant going up for the shot. And now we've got a little problem in Mr. Robinson's neighborhood. That's his fourth.
I think you look at that matchup, and I think you have to look at Mark Bryant and give him a whole lot of credit as to how he has been able to handle David Robinson and what they have gone through. John Lucas pondering what to do right now. He knows he has to get David out of there. You can't have him picking up his fifth foul, so he'll probably make the move here in just a minute. But Mark Bryant, you see his points there, 15 tonight. He hasn't been scoring much, and he has done a real good job in the matchup with David Robinson here in this game.
Well, he's in his fifth year in the league out of Seton Hall. He's never had a game where he scored more than 20 points, regular season or playoff. Terry Cummings in for Antoine Carr. He has it 61-50 now. We have gone 3 minutes and 15 seconds deep into the third quarter, and the San Antonio Spurs have yet to score in the second half. Mark Bryant now with 17 points. It's a 10-point game. Avery Johnson into the paint.
Rod Strickland is just running to help out on everyone, giving Avery Johnson the ball, trying to force him to shoot.
And once again, the Spurs do a nice job keeping Rod Strickland out of the paint, causing the travel, the turnover. Spurs get it back up by 12.
You know, Avery Johnson has done a real good job of funneling Strickland to where the help is on the floor. He is turning his body, playing him all the way to the side at times to force him to go the way he wants him to go.
60.
Sean Elliott over Terry Porter. Spurs a little cold at the outgoing minutes of the third quarter here.
Luke has already used the 20. I think a score right here will force him to call a timeout.
And Clyde Drexler dishing off to Mark Bryant for 2 more. Mark Bryant, 19 points, just 1 away from his NBA career high. He never had more than 10 points in an NBA playoff game in his career. It's a 10-point game again, 63-53. Sean Elliott.
Now that's good defense that time. Good defense. Williams jumped out, forced Elliott to shoot that one a little bit quicker than he wanted to.
Gary Cummings called for his second personal. San Antonio Spurs just 1 of 8 from the field in this quarter after shooting at a 60% clip in the first half. And now Portland can knock that San Antonio lead back into single digits.
Now he's been the guy.
He has been the guy. A little strong with that shot, though. David Robinson, rebound number 13. Gary Cummings will try to finish on the other end, and that's only the second field goal of the quarter for the San Antonio Spurs, but it gets the lead back up to 12.
You have to draw on Terry Cummings' experience right now. The playoff experience is the reason Lucas brought him back.
Terry Porter. And this time they're not going to stop Terry Porter. He got the basket and he drew the foul. Sean Elliott called for his second. And a chance for a 3-point play for Terry Porter, who's only scored 7 points tonight. Timeout called here. 6:48 left in the third. A 10-point San Antonio lead. 65-55. San Antonio leading the Portland Trail Blazers with 6:48 left in the third quarter. What could be the deciding game.
Pete, I'll talk to you about how Bryant has handled the physical play of David Robinson. These two guys continue to mix it up. They came close to some extracurricular activity in the first half. You see David kind of clear him out right there. Now the foul's not against David Robinson. It happened out on the floor. Terry Porter will have a chance for the 3-point play here.
A change at the point guard for San Antonio. Willie Anderson's checked in for Avery Johnson. And no change in the Portland lineup. Mark Bryant having a career night tonight. Porter completes the 3-point play. He's got 8 points on the night. 65-56. It was a 15-point lead at the half. Portland's cut it down to 9.
I think San Antonio right here has to allow David Robinson to touch the ball here and see how Portland handles the double team. They didn't come with the double team that time, forced to miss.
And Terry Porter the rebound. San Antonio continuing to have a cold shooting third quarter. Porter does draw the double team. Now it moves away.
3 seconds.
And a 3-second violation.
Tough time for that.
A look at tonight's Chevrolet scoreboard. Only one other game going tonight in the NBA. That one was in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. You saw it earlier tonight here on TNT, and that series is all tied at 2. A deciding 5th game on Sunday. Spurs just 2 of 10 from the field in this third quarter after shooting 60% for the first half. They get it into the Admiral. David Robinson. Nice dish off underneath to Sean Elliott. He's on his way to that triple-double. That's his 8th assist.
Now he's drawing a lot of attention down there with the ball. He's handled it very well.
Clyde Drexler, no, and there's another rebound for Robinson off to Elliott. Behind the back to Terry Cummings. His jumper is short. Battle for it. Finally coming out of the corner with it is Dale Ellis. Out to Anderson. Trying to get it over to Sean Elliott. And we're going to get a foul call against Willie Anderson, his second.
Willie Anderson picks up the foul. He cuts off the fast break. Now watch David Robinson. Boy, the defense just all around him. He finds Sean Elliott. Elliott takes it to the hole strong. But David, boy, he is moving that ball, passing it, finding the open man. Has 8 assists in this game.
To go along with 14 points and 14 rebounds. Throw in 3 block shots.
Yeah. And he has 4 personal fouls. He's played a long time with those 4 fouls.
Clyde Drexler just his 7th point. 10-point lead for San Antonio. Now it's down to a 9-point lead. And now some backcourt pressure. Easily beaten by the Spurs. Willie Anderson. Ellis the rebound.
Now you force the miss. You can't give up the second shot.
Anderson in the paint, dishing off to Dale Ellis. A little strong with it. Rebound comes out deep to Strickland. Strickland into the paint, takes it all the way in.
Real nice
move by Rod Strickland. His first point since the first quarter. It's a 7-point game all of a sudden, 67-60.
As I say, Strickland will leave the floor to pass. San Antonio knows that, so when he leaves, they back off, and he has that ability to stay there and find the open and to get to the hole.
Willie Anderson has 8.
Now that's the shot so you can give up to Avery Johnson. That's why you see Strickland just running around double teaming everyone. You can't give that up to Willie the way he's been playing here.
Spurs by 9, 4:15 remaining in the third. Drexler. Buck Williams lost it. Willie Anderson trying to behind the back pass. Nobody there for it. And Anderson kicking himself over that decision.
I don't know that anyone touched this. They're going to say that Willie Anderson, as he took the ball behind his back, someone from Portland got a hand on it. I think Willie just kind of fumbled that one out of bounds.
So maybe a break there for the Spurs. They can get the lead back into double digits. They're up by 9 with 4 minutes remaining in this third quarter. David Robinson. Nowhere to go along that baseline. And Buck Williams is called for his 4th personal.
And Cliff Robinson will check into the game. We mentioned the problems Cliff has had throughout the playoffs, and they are continuing here in this ball game. Cliff Robinson 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
He's back in, as is Jerome Kersey. Barry Porter sits down. Buck Williams sits down. David Robinson 1 assist away from a triple-double. He's also blocked 3 shots tonight. If he's done anything wrong, it's been his foul shooting. He's missed 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 4 of 8 from the free throw line. For 9. And Terry Cummings can't believe that call.
Well,
that is his 3rd.
The only good thing about that play is that it came against Cliff Robinson. And Cliff just stepped on the floor. Will have a chance to step up to the free throw line, get a couple free throws here, and try to get this momentum, get some confidence going, and get into the swing. And the problem is, just as he has shot the ball poorly from the field, he has struggled just as much from the free throw line.
He's 10 for 49 from the field in this series, 7 for 18 from the free throw line.
A big sigh of relief from everyone on the Portland bench, but especially from Cliff Robinson as that one went through. Well, you see his numbers on the season, just 9 points in the playoff.
But not close with the second one. He's 1 of 4 from the free throw line. 69-61. 8-point lead for the Spurs. Strickland over Elliott.
Nice.
And Rod Strickland gets the jumper.
He's
he
heating
has
up.
8. Yeah, it's down to a 6-point game.
You know, he made a statement in the paper in Portland about this San Antonio team that came out negatively and an offensive foul on Cummins. But it came out negatively, and John Lucas told us today, he said, you know, the statement really wasn't all that strong, but he said, I used that to fire up my team. I made it a whole lot more than it was, and it helped them to win game 3 here. Rod Strickland trying to make up for that tonight.
Derek Cummings picking up his 4th personal. He's out of the game now. J.R. Reed in for the Spurs. 69-63. Spurs have only scored 8 points in this entire quarter.
Hey, what, they've gotten a lot of minutes from David Robinson with 4 personal fouls.
Cliff Robinson still can't get a field goal to go. He's 0 for 5 from the field.
Yeah, but you know what? That's okay. He stepped right back, came up with the rebound, and he's going to get to the free throw line here once again. But the problem is as I mentioned just a little while ago, you can't get a rhythm going if you keep missing shots like these coming from the free throw line. He has to step up and find a way to knock two down, get in a little rhythm offensively, get the shot going, and maybe that will carry over on to his shots at the basket.
Well, you and I did game one, and we thought we had seen Cliff Robinson have perhaps the worst game of his NBA career. And at the point it may have been, but tonight, not much better.
Well, you know, even in game two that Portland won, they didn't get a good game from this guy offensively.
They got some rebounding from him.
Yeah, and blocked shots. He blocked 6 shots in that game. There you go.
His first field goal of the night. He has 4 points tonight. We're down to a 3-point game, 69-66. It's the closest it's been since the final minute of quarter number 1. And the Portland Trail Blazers, with all their savvy, they have over 300 games more playoff experience than the members of the San Antonio Spurs team do.
And Rod Strickland hurt now. He's limping badly. He tried to draw the charge.
Right leg, right knee, right ankle. Something wrong with the right side of him.
Oh, man, what a terrible time for that. Well, you know, that's just uncalled for. You have the momentum. You have San Antonio back on their heels now. You can take it to them, and Mark Bryant picks up the offensive foul. Well, it's just terrible timing on this. Now, you'll see him right here as he tries to clear out J.R. Reed. And just terrible timing for that.
Blazers have outscored the Spurs 20-8 in this third quarter, and they've taken the crowd a little bit out of the game as they've cut the Spurs margin to 3. And you wondered how David Robinson could stay in a game so long with 4 fouls. Well, watch it here, how tentative he is.
Yeah, a couple things you need to watch right here. Number one, Cliff Robinson gets his first basket. The second thing here is David Robinson, playing with 4 personals, really has to back off. He was very aggressively going for blocks earlier in this game, but with 4, now he has to take it easy.
69-66, San Antonio still on top, but the veterans of this Portland Trailblazer team have been grinding it out here in the third quarter and gotten themselves back in it.
Once again, I think David Robinson has to touch the ball here. He has to try to draw the double team and create a shot. That's what worked so well for him in the first half.
J.R. Reed, down to 6 seconds left in the shot clock. And J.R. Reed's going to have to take a long-range jumper to try to beat the clock, and there's Rod Strickland. That ankle not hurting him now. He got off the ground pretty good for that rebound. Jerome Kersey finishing on the other side, and we've got a 1-point game now.
Once again, Pete, David Robinson had to back off. He couldn't go for the block.
69-68 Spurs. San Antonio just 4 of 16 from the field, 4 of 17. They shot 60% in the first half when they build up that 15-point lead, and it might be gone now. Well, there's a steal by Willie Anderson. 69-68, and there's a mugging on the other end of the court.
Well, it occurred before Willie Anderson got in the act of shooting. Boy, turnovers really starting to hurt Portland right now. It seems that they, you know, they have the momentum, and just as they get a chance to take the lead here, they make a big turnover.
Well, they had a foul to give there, so Sean Elliott will inbounds it with 1:39 to go in this third quarter. 69-68. San Antonio still has scored 8 points in the quarter. David Robinson hasn't been heard from in the quarter.
Big shot.
That's a big field goal there. 16 points, the lead back up to 3.
What they have done differently here in this half, they are allowing the defense, whoever is guarding David Robinson, to play him straight up. They're staying at home more. Rod Strickland will come for the double team.
Spurs by 3, 1:10 to go in the third. Drexler around the pick set by Duckworth.
Another
offensive foul called on Kevin Duckworth.
That's just terrible.
His fourth.
That's his 4th. But it's not so much that as it is how he picks up the foul. I mean, that's 3 times in this half that you've seen Portland come up with an offensive foul. Watch Duckworth as he tries to set the screen on Willie Anderson. I mean, no way is he set, and he puts the hands in there and draws the offensive foul.
In the first half, Portland turned the ball over 5 times. In this quarter, they've turned the ball over 7 times.
Yeah.
And yet have been able to cut the San Antonio lead down to 3 with under a minute to go now. 71-68 Spurs. Remember, whoever has led in this series after 3 quarters in any of the games has not won. There have been come-from-behind victories in each game in this series so far.
Now look at the way Strickland is playing Avery Johnson. I mean, not respecting his outside shot at all.
Big three-pointer for Willie Anderson. He has 11. The lead back up to 6. Top of the circle, Cliff Robinson hits the jumper.
Yeah,
he's going to get going now.
Well, he makes the easy shot. Makes one going to the basket, a high percentage shot. Gets just a little confidence. Now he can step out and shoot that one.
He's now 2 out of 7 from the field in this game. 74-70, a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Shot clock now at 8. Sean Elliott into the paint, driving toward the hole, comes up short, rebound. Out of bounds. Ball goes back to the Blazers. They'll have a chance for a final shot here in the third. Down by 4 with 5 seconds to go.
Well, they'll try not to let Strickland handle it here. They'll try to force someone else to bring it up the floor. You didn't want it to come in that far up, though.
Drexler to Duckworth. Duckworth losing it, getting it back, and not being able to get the shot off as the horn sounds, ending quarter number 3. Portland outscoring San Antonio 24-13 in the third quarter. Welcome back to Hemisphere Arena. Quarter number 4 about to begin in game number 4 between the Portland Trail Blazers and San Antonio Spurs. Spurs trying to win it all, and here's what we were telling you about. Blazers led by 12 after 3 quarters in game 1, lost it. In game 3, they led by 5, going to the fourth quarter, lost it. Spurs in game 2 led by 5, going to the fourth quarter, lost it. J.R. Reed on the board to get the fourth quarter going. He has 4 points.
Yeah, I think you might see Avery Johnson here in this fourth period put the ball on the floor more, try to create something to force Strickland for back and off, force the problem for the Spurs because for Portland because Strickland's backing off of him so much.
Cliff Robinson may be warming up at just the right time for the Trailblazers. 76-72. The 13 points they held San Antonio to in the third quarter, an all-time playoff low for the Portland Trailblazers for points allowed in a quarter. Willie Anderson short, rebound pulled away by Terry Porter. 76-72, Spurs on top. Blazers were down by 15 at the half. Kevin Duckworth, nope. Very aggressively, the Blazers battle for the rebound, but Avery Johnson comes away with it. Ellis, nowhere to go. Gets it right back from Avery Johnson. Someone at that time.
Nice. There's Avery Johnson once again. Strickland backing off. You have to make him pay. He finds Del Ellis wide open.
14 points for Ellis. 78-72 Spurs. Opening minutes of quarter number 4. Strickland almost threw it away. J.R. Reed touched it last. And the Portland Trail Blazers are going to call a timeout here with 10:28 remaining in the game and maybe in Portland's season. But David still just 1 assist away from a triple-double. 14 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists.
Yeah, they really didn't go to David a whole lot in that period to give him a chance to pick up that assist. Forced the double team so much in the first half.
Only 8 seconds left on the shot clock when the play resumed, and they were able to get a quick 2 out of Terry Porter, his 10th point. 78-74. Blazers have pulled back to within 4. J.R. Reed had a big game 3. And they're going to get the foul call against Portland. And that is number 5. Buck Williams sits down with 5 personals. Mark Bryant takes his place. Nice feed underneath.
And there is the 10th assist.
Triple-double for David Robinson. 80-74. Spurs by 6. 9:53 to go.
Tell you what, when Del Ellis is down there getting ready to use the screen, you have to play right behind him and follow him around those screens.
Stripped away from Cliff Robinson. Avery Johnson over to Willie Anderson. Anderson along the baseline. 2 more, and all of a sudden the crowd's back in it here at the Hemisphere.
Willie Anderson has played big for San Antonio the last 2 games. You see J.R. Reed with a nice defensive play. You see his reaction. Watch Willie Anderson using that size to his advantage against Porter. He's going to put it on the floor and just go right up over the defense, drop it 3, made a big 3-point basket in the 3rd period to kind of knock out the run by Portland. He has been the guy here.
And you got to realize on Willie Anderson, you're talking about a guy who got very few minutes during the regular season because of those problems with his shins. And he has had 2 big games back-to-back. In game 3, 19 points off the bench. He's got a 13-point night going tonight. 82-74. Spurs have that lead back up to 8. Blazers were down by 15, cut it to 2. So now falling back to 8 behind. And the foul going to be on here. They're going to get J.R. Reed for this one. He's 3rd.
Well, Clyde upset that he didn't get the continuation on that play. He is saying, I have been around too long not to get the continuation on that one.
But you can just tell watching Clyde Drexler play that he is far from 100%.
Yeah.
That left hamstring's been bothering him. He's only 2 for 12 from the field tonight. The usual quickness of Clyde the Glide just not there. Nice pass to Mark Bryant, and there's a career high for Mark Bryant. 21 points.
Now Cliff Robinson made the pass, making good things happen. He'll get confidence from plays like that.
Spurs up by 6. Robinson able to save it to Avery Johnson. Ellis swings it around to J.R. Reed. Reed along the baseline, operates on Bryant. Comes up empty. Kersey the rebound for the Blazers.
What a defensive effort by Bryant that time.
Kersey saves it for Portland. 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Oh, boy. Every time. Every time.
And let's see if San Antonio makes him pay. Ellis way off the mark with that short-range jumper. Kersey the rebound off to Porter. Kersey 11 rebounds tonight. Drexler drills the 3. That's his first field goal of the 2nd half. He has 11 points now. And it's down to a 3-point game again. 82-79. Blazers valiantly trying to regain the lead in this game. Avery Johnson unable to control. Cliff Robinson can. Drexler into the paint. And a foul will be called on Dale Ellis. That's his 4th.
Now Clyde gets the benefit of the doubt right there as he kind of lost control of the ball. He wanted to put it over to Porter, fill in the lane. Dale Ellis tried to draw the charge. Did not.
Drexler going to the line with 11 points. 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. 82-79. Portland can climb back to within 1 if Clyde makes both of these. There's the first one.
Yeah, Portland's going to win this game. You would expect it's going to be Drexler, Porter, and Kersey to bring them back and to pull them through this one.
And 2 of those 3 elements were missing in action in the first half. Only Jerome Kersey had a good first half when Portland fell down by 15. Drexler with 12, a 2-point game, 82-80. 7:45 remaining.
Nice deep, Bryant once again.
And the turnover gives it right back to the Portland Trail Blazers, who can tie it up with a 2-point play, take the lead with a 3 here. Kersey runs into Ellis, and they're going to get the offensive foul call on Jerome Kersey. How many times tonight has Portland gotten themselves in this situation where they've been back with a chance to tie or take the lead?
I think that's at least the 4th time.
And the offensive foul. That's the 5th offensive foul called against the Trailblazers in the game, and it seems like each of them have come in the identical situation.
Yeah, just when they're able to either tie it or take a lead, they have turned the ball over through an offensive foul.
Spurs get it back up by 2, 7:10 to go. Dale Ellis wide open.
Well, why they are not giving David the ball every time down, I just don't know, because Portland is having to double up. They have had people freed up all night because of that.
Battle for the rebound. Coming out of there with it. Clyde Drexler. Baseline jumper. Air ball. Out of bounds. It belongs to the Blazers. And we've got a timeout. 6:38 remaining in the game. The San Antonio Spurs still up by 4. This crowd at the Hemisphere hoping that their Spurs can hold on for the final 6 minutes and 38 seconds and upset a team that went all the way to the NBA Finals last year. Triple-double for David Robinson. The 11 assists ties a career high in a playoff game. Kersey, Bryant, Robinson, Drexler, Porter for the Blazers. Reed, Ellis, Robinson, Elliott, and Anderson for the Spurs. Robinson had it tipped away by J.R. Reed. And J.R. Reed tied up by Jerome Kersey, and a foul call against Jerome Kersey. And that's his 4th. We've got a lot of people getting dangerously close to being in serious foul trouble here. For the Portland Trail Blazers, you've got Kersey now with 4. Buck Williams on the bench with 5. Kevin Duckworth's got 4. Terry Cummings on the bench with 4. David Robinson's played for a long time with 4. And Dale Ellis with 4 now for San Antonio.
Now give Luke a lot of credit for leaving David Robinson on the floor with 4. He picked up his 4th early in the 3rd period.
6:25 to go. 84-80 Spurs up by 4. As they try to become the first Western Conference team to advance to the conference semifinals. Their shooting has fallen way off in the second half. You saw that a moment ago. They were 60% first half, about 35% now in the second half. And Cliff Robinson
coming to life.
May be warming up at just the right time for the Blazers. He might wind up being a lifesaver in this game. 84-82. 10 points all coming in this half after a miserable first half. Dale Ellis has had a high hand. And if he gets that stroke going, that alone can win it for San Antonio. 21 points for Ellis, a 5-point lead for the Spurs. He has scored 9 points, Ellis has, in this quarter.
I think they'll try to use Cliff Robinson right here now. He has it going. You have to make sure you just keep giving it up to him. Someone's going to have to knock down an outside shot. You see the double teams coming.
Double teams all over the place. Mark Bryant. No whistle. And a shot clock violation. Bryant thought he got fouled and is really upset with Ronnie Nunn. He better be careful or else he'll get a tee here. And that is something that the Blazers can't afford.
Here comes the score.
Yeah, he is really, really close.
87-82 Spurs.
And I would say he's going to pick up a foul here pretty quickly if continues to bump down there. Boy, Willie Anderson
spun away from Cliff Robinson. Tried to tip in his own miss. Didn't get it. Rebound pulled out of there by Kersey. Strickland trying to beat Elliott. And then they get a foul call against Sean Elliott, and that's his 3rd. Here comes Terry Porter back in for the Blazers. And Jerome Kersey heads to the sideline. Rod Strickland at the line, his first trip to the free throw line tonight. He's averaged 14 points a game in this series. That is his 9th point tonight. And one of the things Rick Adelman said he wanted to do in the case of a close game in the 4th quarter, whether leading or trailing, was to get the ball in Rod Strickland's hands more frequently than they were able to do in the first 3 games in this series.
Now, I think what has happened for Portland in the couple of games that they have lost, San Antonio has brought Avery Johnson on the floor. They have face guarded Strickland from end to end. They did not want him to touch the ball. They're forcing other people to handle it, and they have made the turnovers.
87-84. Strickland has it here, and got fouled from behind by Willie Anderson. And Willie Anderson picks up his 3rd personal. That's the 4th team foul. So the next one will be putting the Blazers at the line for the rest of the night. Drexler inbounds it from right in front of us.
The one thing San Antonio gives up with Willie Anderson on the floor playing the point guard spot is his ability to handle the pressure possibly from Rod Strickland.
This is the man the Blazers want to make the decisions with the basketball. 9 assists in each game, including tonight in this series. Cliff Robinson coming to life here in the second half. 12 points for Robinson, a 1-point game, 87-86, 4:20 remaining. Robinson in the paint. No whistle. Clyde Drexler picks up the loose ball. Portland can take the lead here. Drexler going coast to coast. Count the basket. The Blazers have regained the lead with 4 minutes to go. First time they've led since it was 13-11 back in the first quarter.
And really, if you think about it, the first time they have converted an opportunity to take the lead. They have had a number of chances here in this game to grab the lead, but it seems every time they've been there, they have turned it over either through an offensive foul or kicking the ball away.
$15 points for Clyde Drexler, a 2-point lead for the Portland Trail Blazers. 4 minutes remaining in the game. And a timeout called by the Spurs. Oh, there's the foul situation. Dale Ellis with 5 for the Spurs. Robinson and Cummings 4 each. Buck Williams 5 for the Blazers. Kersey and Duckworth 4 each.
You know, I mentioned there must be 3 guys to step up if Portland was going to be able to get back into this game. I said Jerome Kersey, Clyde Drexler, and Terry Porter. One game that I probably should have mentioned, and you just had to wonder when this guy was going to come to life, and that was Cliff Robinson. He has been the guy here that the Portland team has gone to down the stretch here as well to try to get him some points. He is responding right now for the first time in this series.
Missed his first 5 shots tonight and made his last 5. 89-87. Portland up by 2. Ellis, a 3-point attempt again. This one misfires. Strickland the rebound. Portland now with 25 rebounds in the second half to San Antonio's 11. And if that indeed is what's going to decide this one, they have really done a job on the Spurs in the second half.
Well, that was just not a good shot by Dale Ellis. Yes, he's been knocking him down, but that one he had to shoot quickly.
Portland on a 7-0 run. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Terry Porter. No. Rebound David Robinson. Once again, the Spurs can tie it up. Rebound number 16 for the Admiral. It was also scored 16 points. And dished out 11 assists. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Robinson got it, lost it, got it back. 6 on the shot clock. Robinson.
Great D. Great
short.
D.
That was Cliff Robinson with a defense that stopped the Admiral. Still 89-87 Portland.
Now Portland needs to just take their time here. One thing they have to have right here is a better shot at the basket than they got the last time. The shot clock running out. Porter falling away from 22. And
4
it's down again.
Left. 2 on the shot clock. Terry Porter unable to beat it.
Now that's twice now. They just haven't gotten a good shot. Did not handle the shot clock well. Waited too late to get set up to start their offense.
This crowd wants the Spurs to tie this thing up. They'd like to see David Robinson get it going. He was 5 for 5 from the field first half, 1 for 6 in the second half. They're trying to get the ball into him. Nice pass underneath Dale Ellis. Ellis had the ball stripped away by Drexler.
We've seen some good defense on both ends of the floor here the last couple of minutes. I mean, you get on Portland for not getting a better shot at the basket, but you have to give the Spurs a little bit of credit. That time, Portland themselves did a good job defensively once again.
Every game in this series we have seen streaks like this. The Spurs have been scoreless the last 3 minutes and 50 seconds of this game. The Blazers hit a drought in game 1 toward the end. Then the Spurs hit a drought in game 2. 89-87.
They have taken David Robinson off of Cliff Robinson here, and he has worked better against J.R. Reed.
They get the ball back to Cliff Robinson, long with the shot into the arms of Willie Anderson. Once again, the Spurs a chance to tie it. This time they do. Sean Elliott, 15 points. We're tied at 89. Timeout, Portland. Another one that's going to go right down to the wire, it appears, between these two teams. Portland and San Antonio, they've battled this way this entire series, tied with 1:27 to go.
Well, you look at these two teams over the course of the season. Portland not used to losing leads down the stretch in the last 6 ball games. They've done that 3 times. But they were very much evenly matched over the course of the season. The first 3 games in this series, and it could have been won by either team. And the same thing happening here tonight.
Everybody on their feet here at the Hemisphere, and the guy leading the cheers over in the San Antonio sideline has been Antoine Card. He's been out there waving that towel to get everybody on their feet. And he has succeeded. A 1:27 is all the time we have left in Game 4. If San Antonio can pull it out, Portland's season is over. If Portland wins it, a Game 5 on Sunday back at the Memorial Coliseum in Portland. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. Cliff Robinson. Impossible shot attempt.
Shot clock violation. Boy, and that's 4 times in a row now. The shot that Portland has ended up with has been a tough, high percentage shot with time running out. Well, you look at this team and you think of the veterans on this ball club, and you just have to think they should be able to get a better shot than what they've got in their last 4 possessions.
Third time they've had a 24-second violation. Under a minute to go now. We're tied at 89. San Antonio trying to get the lead back here. Almost stolen by Clyde Drexler.
And he knocks it off the hand of Dale Ellis. So they have another shot at it. Well, maybe what Portland needs to do here is try to get their offensive set started before the last 10 seconds start. You know, you give San Antonio a chance to step up their defense, to pick out the play that they're going to run, and then they have to struggle to get a shot off.
Well, they've got what they want is Strickland with the ball. But again, they're using quite a bit of clock here. Down to 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Down to 4. Strickland gets his own rebound. He has 5 rebounds tonight, most of them coming in the second half. Drexler lost his footing and the ball. And the San Antonio Spurs have the ball with under 24 seconds remaining. They're going to have a chance to win this one on their own if that's the decision they make. You know, we're still tied at 89. 23.3 seconds remaining, tied at 89.
And a lot of times the guy taking the ball out of bounds is the one that will end up with it.
And it comes to Sean Elliott. Isolated on Strickland. Under 10 seconds.
Now time for the foul. Now commit the foul before they get the act of shooting. You have one to give. A perfect time before that to commit the foul.
Rebound rolling loose out at midcourt, and there's the horn. We're going to overtime at the Hemisphere.
As it turns out, it didn't hurt him. Bryant is down and hurting very badly right now. But boy, you get the shot clock down, the game clock down to 4 seconds, and no, not in the act of shooting. A good time to commit the foul, force him out of bounds. Dale Ellis used the screen very well, got a great look at the basket. Portland very, very fortunate that it did not come back to haunt them on this play. Now this would have been, you see the work right here. Watch the clock. Nice time to pick up a foul before they got to that. Instead, Ellis misses, so it doesn't hurt them. And it's going into overtime. Didn't see what happened to Bryant.
We were screened when he took that spill. Looks like his left elbow, or making his right elbow or forearm.
He's been a key for him tonight. Tough time to lose him. And he seems to be in a lot of pain over on the bench. You have to wonder if he's going to be available to him the rest of the
They've got Buck Williams in there playing with 5 personal fouls. San Antonio 13 points in the third quarter, only 15 in the fourth quarter after a 61-point first half. And a 15-point first half lead blown. And we're in overtime tied.
Well, they're missing up a lot of opportunities to shoot. See Portland passing up the shots from the outside, and every time you do that, a couple of seconds tick off the clock, and they have ended up shooting the low percentage shot with time running out. They've had to rush the shots instead of taking the outside shot as they have gotten them.
Really a fortunate break there for Portland to get the ball back.
Now that's a good shot right there coming off the screen. I mean, that's been there for him. It doesn't go, but that's a good shot.
Portland shooting this 39% on the night. 4.5 minutes to go in the overtime. Still tied at 89. Spurs have had several opportunities to reclaim the lead, and have been unable to in the last couple of minutes of quarter number 4. Now we'll see if they can get it back here in the overtime. David Robinson, quiet in the second half, gets the first 2 points of the overtime. 18 points, a 2-point lead for the Spurs. 4:10 remaining. Drexler knots the score again. 17 points for Clyde Drexler.
The word on Bryant, hyperextended right elbow. Will not be available probably the rest of this game.
After scoring a career high 21, a big factor really in Portland's play tonight. 91 all, a foul call against the Portland Trailblazers. And this is Rod Strickland, called for his second.
You get a look at Bryant, the play that maybe ended the night here for Bryant here. You see him right there. You saw the arm go back as Clyde Drexler worked through the screen to get to Del Ellis. And he still seems to be in a bunch of pain.
First free throw made by San Antonio, only their 3rd trip to the line since halftime. 15 points now for Anderson. Spurs up by 2 again, 93-91. 3:33 left in the overtime. In the paint, Buck Williams. Put back by Cliff Robinson.
Oh, nice.
14 points by Cliff Robinson tonight, 93 all.
Yeah, he's going to have to continue to do that. That's the shot right there that got him going earlier in the game. A high percentage shot in close around the basket.
He came to life just in time for Rick Adelman's Blazers. Robinson. Oh, what defense play. Drexler there. What a defensive play. And we're still tied at 93, under 3 minutes to go. Porter trying to give Portland back the lead.
Oh,
he does.
Drexler. What can you say about Drexler? No signs of being injured on that one.
The great ones always come to life when they need to, don't they?
Exactly.
95-93 Blazers, 2:45 to go in the overtime.
Well, they're giving David Robinson to Cliff Robinson pretty much one-on-one. Strickland did step back that time.
That was a 2-point effort. Drexler the rebound. He's got Strickland on the wing. Gives it off to Rod Strickland, and Strickland converts.
Big no call right there. Clyde Drexler all over Willie Anderson that time. Anderson moving and was falling back before the contact occurred. And Drexler a couple times here has delivered.
Timeout.
Clyde Drexler has stepped up. Obviously, the Spurs wanted to charge on this play. You'll see Clyde Drexler. And watch Willie Anderson. He's going to step in at just the last second here as Clyde Drexler lays it off. If you blow the whistle, you probably have to call that a block. Instead, you don't blow the whistle because Portland had the advantage. Rod Strickland makes the layup, but it's Drexler who has made the big plays on each end of the floor here in the last minute or so.
Clyde telling us today he felt like he was playing on one leg throughout this series. That hamstring so sore. But now the number is quite respectable for Clyde the Glide. 17 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Most of the damage coming in the second half. And at crunch time here in overtime. Biggest lead of the night, believe it or not, for Portland. A 4-point lead, 97-93.
You know, it's interesting the way the Blazers have played David Robinson here in the second half. They're pretty much allowing Cliff Robinson to play him straight up. They will come now, especially with Avery Johnson on the floor with help from Rod Strickland. But Strickland has had to stay at home guarding Willie Anderson.
Down to 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
Now, that's not what San Antonio needed here. And the foul bails them out. Cliff Robinson bails him out with 1 second left on the shot clock.
His 4th personal. And the Spurs get it back. Exactly 2 minutes remaining in the overtime. 97-93 Blazers as they try to send this series to a 5th and deciding game back in Portland. To a man, the San Antonio Spurs saying today earlier, we don't want to go back to Portland.
Yeah, they really did not.
They may have to. And this call is going to go against the Trailblazers. Rick Adelman.
And that's 6 on Buck Williams.
Happy. As Buck Williams is fouled out, you know that Mark Bryant is sitting on the sideline with a hyperextended right elbow. A minute 49 is the time left in the game, and the San Antonio Spurs now trying to get within 2 as Antoine Carr steps up to the free throw line. His first trip there tonight. He was a 78% free throw shooter during the regular season. That makes it a 3-point game. Rebound, Joe Wolf.
Now that's a great move by Rick Adelman. I mean, you know these guys better than anyone, and it's up to the coach to make a call like that. You bring Wolf in, and he pays off very quickly.
You know, you might say, who else did he have? Well, you mentioned Duckworth. He also could have gone small, brought Jerome Kersey back in the game at that point.
Yeah, I think so, but I really think the key down the stretch here is going to be rebounding. So you have to come with a big guy. Kersey, surprisingly, sitting over there on the bench, not called on that time, but the power forward spot is where they need him, working against Antoine Carr. Wolf might be better for that. Remember,
both coaches saying before the series ever began, whoever wins the rebounding battle is going to win the game. Right now, Portland has out-rebounded San Antonio 55-39. Most of the damage coming after halftime, and right now Portland leading 97-94 with a minute 18 to go in OT. And there's a San Antonio rebound by Willie Anderson. And the Spurs down by 3, a minute 10 left. Oh, Sean Elliott almost lost the ball. Oh, they're going to call a goaltend on Cliff Robinson.
Yeah, I think that was going to be short also. I think it was going to come up just a little short. And Cliff Robinson just too far off as he went up. Clyde went for the steal. Yeah, that's a good call. Might have gone.
17 points for Elliott, a 1-point game, 97-96. 45 seconds to go in the game. We'll keep an eye on the shot clock for you. It's down to 12. It's down to 8. It's down to 3. The ball belongs to the San Antonio Spurs with 34.2 seconds remaining, and Portland leading it by 1. Rod Strickland and Terry Porter out there for the Portland Trailblazers. Spurs down by 1. Everybody on their feet here at the Hemisphere Arena. It comes into David. They're going to take a quick shot here, and David Robinson gets it. He's got 20, and the lead goes back to San Antonio, and a very, very wise decision there by the Spurs, because it means they're going to get the ball back at least one more time.
Exactly right, and it puts the pressure on Portland to come down and to get a basket. You know, the problem for Portland has been getting a shot off without having to rush it with time running out. Now, Rick Adelman wanted the offensive foul. He thought David Robinson lowered his shoulder. Didn't get it.
So the Spurs have got the lead back, 98-97, 31.1 seconds remaining. And at the worst, San Antonio, even if they fall behind by a point or 2, they're going to get the ball back with 7 or 8 seconds, between 7 and 8 seconds remaining, at least that much.
Let's take one more look here. Rick Adelman complained very strongly here as David Robinson lowers his shoulder. Might have an argument. I don't know. Maybe Robinson, the other Robinson, Cliff, putting a little bit too much act into that play. Now let's talk Portland and what they might do. They would like, I'm sure, to have Rod Strickland handle the ball, get it up the floor as quickly as possible, create something by getting into the paint and kicking it off. The one thing they cannot afford to do here, I don't think, is to get the shot clock down to where it gets below 7 or 8 seconds, and they're struggling to get a high percentage shot.
Yeah, they've had 3 24-second violations in the second half alone, after waiting until near the end of the shot clock to try to find an open man. You know, it's been a long time since the Blazers have won a game here in this building. The Spurs at home have won the last 5 meetings between these two clubs.
Credit the turnaround to David Robinson. No secret about that.
1991, the last time that a Portland team won a game here in San Antonio. If they don't win one tonight, their season's over. And right now they're down 98-97, but they will have the ball with 31.1 seconds remaining. Last year of basketball in this building. The new Alamo Dome opens next week, and next year that'll be the new home of the San Antonio Spurs.
Well, David Robinson just 3 blocks away from a quadruple double.
7 block shots to go along with those other numbers you just saw. 20 points, 16 rebounds, 11 assists. And now it's Portland's turn to try to reclaim the lead with 31.1 left in OT.
And now Strickland has it. I think he'll try to create something here. Gives it up. Still a shot clock headed down here.
And Willie Anderson got a hand on that ball. Porter gets it back, and once again they're running out of time on the shot clock. Down to 6 seconds.
Look at the shot. I mean, look at that shot. I mean, that is unbelievable.
They've got a foul, and they do with 6.6 seconds remaining.
Great decision by that guy right there. Turned out great as Daniels, with his size, bothered Porter and couldn't put down the shot.
6 seconds on the game clock, 6.6 seconds.
It's not over yet, but it should be. Drexler fouled Anderson, who can put the Spurs up by 3. Even then, it's not over. Plenty of time for Portland to cause a second overtime. Boy, but how about the decision by John Lucas? Out of nowhere to get Lloyd Daniels into the game for the game-deciding defensive stop on Terry Porter. At this point, it's decided the game.
And you wonder if Adelman wanted Porter to start that play, or if that was something Porter decided to do because Daniels was on him. The initial play was a pick and roll with Cliff Robinson. David Robinson stepped up, did a great job of stopping Porter as Daniels wasn't getting to him. But then when they reloaded, Porter picks up his dribble, and he's got Lloyd Daniels at 6'8" to shoot over.
They smell a victory. But there is the small matter of 6.6 seconds still to go. And Rick Adelman has one of the best three-point shooting teams in the NBA. Lots of folks he could go to. Terry Porter during the regular season, 8th in the NBA, 41%. Ellie during the regular season, 35%. He made 45 on the year. Drexler, 5 three-pointers in this series, and ice water in his veins. A lot of different ways you could go. If you're Lucas, you spread your defenders all around the perimeter and give them a 2. Do anything but foul on a three-point attempt. That's the only thing that could be fatal.
This is the difficult part for John, as weak as his voice is communicating with all these guys in the huddle. He's got them all gathered around him real close, and he's giving them instructions.
That one more almost down for the Spurs.
Get another look at the last sequence by the Portland Trailblazers. You see Porter This is Porter coming off with Daniels on him. Cliff Robinson comes up to set the pick right here. Watch Robinson jump up to stop Porter. There's the pass opportunity, and Porter couldn't get it through. And then when Porter comes back up with it, Daniels picks him up again. And then right there, he picks up the ball. He knows he's got to shoot it, and he has to shoot over Daniels.
Earlier in the season, Lloyd Daniels leaves his feet, commits a foul on that play. How far he has come.
Well, Lloyd was way off. He got knocked off by the pick, and Porter came back to him in order to pick him up. And it just worked out really good. It could have been an easy pick and roll Porter to Cliff Robinson for the dunk. That's what it looked like initially. But David, he couldn't get the ball through there. That's the situation where you wonder if Strickland with the ball in his hands might have made something happen a little bit differently than that. Strickland, the kind of guy who could have squirted that pass through there. Porter, the kind of person he is one of the big dogs on this team. He was looking to find the shot to make it. Wasn't going to rely on Cliff Robinson at this point.
Here we go. Either it's all over, the game and the series, or we'll go to double overtime. Again, Portland with a power outage in the last 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
And you think back to Drexler's missed three in game 3, where he had a wide open look at it and airballed it. You know he's got that in the back of his mind as well.
Mario Ellie checks in. Strickland, Drexler, Cliff Robinson to throw it in. And Porter. Drexler lost it. Cliff Robinson. No good. Porter at the buzzer for 3. No good. It's all over.